Come with me for a training day in Egypt. So today we're going to be doing primary squats. And the first things first, you always got to get a white monster with you. I mean, that's just mandatory. That's just simple stuff right there. Why would you not get a white monster? But anyways, all jokes aside, let's get straight into the workout. So we're going to start warming up on squats, just open up the hips, open up the glutes. Always warm up before heavy squats and any heavy movements in general, because me personally, I just really prefer that my joints are a bit loose. Helps me feel comfortable while I'm squatting. And I feel like it's just anyone in general. So yeah, just warm up, So just going through the warm-ups, from bar to 60 to 100. Slowly gonna move up to 120 right over here, where I'm going to do it for 2 reps. So basically, I just like having a set rep range, and I test my RPE against those rep ranges in the warm-ups to see what weight I'll be working with today. I personally felt very confident with 120, so I decided to go up to 140. And I did do that for 140 starting to become a warm-up for me. And I felt like it was kind of decent, so I decided that I was going to move up to 150, okay? And then I go for the 150, but then I feel like the 150 is very, very heavy, right? I'm just squatting, and I'm like talking to myself. I was like, there's no way I might get this, It's kind of heavy. And then I kind of just sit there with myself. I'm just wondering, right? Do I go heavy or do I go lighter? It's either I take the loss today, I go light, or I just, try to push it. Me personally, I don't really like wasting my workouts, and I like pushing myself. I'm not a fan of going home without putting up a fight. So me, being the very tenacious man that I am, decided to put 155 on the bar. And I tried to go for 3 reps right over here. And I kind of felt unsafe with the rack because I didn't even have a spotter. So I was kind of scared. So I knew for a fact that I'd go for a 4th rep. I just didn't. And that really hurt my mind, So I went for it again. This time I did 155 for 4 reps. Just straight pushing it, right? I was really digging deep in here, just anything that could come out, I was pushing through. I really just, I wanted to leave the gym with nothing in the tank, and just say, good job, that's the best that I could do. That's what I like to work with, So after primary squats, we go into secondary deadlifts. Deadlifts have not been moving that well for me, This is 150 for a pause rep at the middle, because I'm having problems with pausing because of consistent ego lifting throughout my entire deadlift career, I'd say. So yeah, I'm just focusing on my lockouts just for competitions and stuff like that, And one thing that I really want people to know or take away from my squat sessions is that implementing more than once day for squats would really help benefit your squat movement in general. Try to include 2 to 3 days, maybe if you're just starting out, maybe 2, 1 heavy, 1 light, and another day, if you're like really elite, try to go for 3 days with different intensities, maybe mid to light to high intensity, so have 1 day for just pure high intensity, 1 day for low intensity, and different variations and different styles. So yeah, just go for between 2 to 3 days if you're just starting off, 1 light day, 1 heavy day, 1 for primary, 1 for secondary squats, and if you are on that elite level, maybe have 3 squat days a week, 1 really hard, 1 kind of medium, and 1 very light. Make sure just to implement all the variations, And here is my leg pump. I mean, I don't really like looking at my leg pump in the mirror. This is the first time that I've actually admired and taken a video of my leg pump. And I gotta say that I kind of impressed myself with my own leg pump, which is kind of weird. You don't really impress your own self with your own leg pump, but that's cool. All right, later, guys.